This is the Ms.FitVegan podcast, episode 439. This is going to be a short one, 5 minutes or less. I really, really want to explain why eating watermelon for 100 days is not a good idea. Let me explain. So, my new friend, Bobby, I think his name is FruitUp13 on Instagram. He just completed eating, I think he's still doing it, but when I interviewed him, he did 99 days on watermelon only. He's only eaten watermelon for 99 days. And I think this is amazing. It's obviously very, very healthy for your body. I think it is quite a feat of discipline, fortitude, and perseverance. And I don't know if I have that in me. I don't think I have that kind of discipline, to be honest. I love watermelon, but I don't think I could do it. And so maybe that's why I'm saying what I'm going to say, but that's not the reason. The reason I'm going to criticize this is because of what I've seen over the past 12 years, being in the raw food community, and for the past 6 years coaching people one-on-one and in groups. People that do these very, very restrictive cleanses, eating one fruit only for 100 days, for example, or doing a juice cleanse for more than a week, doing a juice cleanse for 30, 40, 50 days, 100 days, there is a very small percentage of those people that will actually eat healthy after the cleanse is over. I would say 1%, okay? I have seen people do that. I have a friend, she's been raw for 25 years. She's currently she's getting up there. She's on day like 90 something of a juice cleanse. And she's drinking mostly coconut water. And I don't recommend this, but she's doing it. And she's been raw for 25 years and she can do it. Because I've seen her do these things before. And I've seen that she's not going back to meat and dairy and processed foods or Thai food or pasta or like gluten-free cookies. She's a raw foodist, right? This is a very small percentage of the population. Most people are going to binge on everything and anything, including possibly maybe even dead animal body parts, if they haven't made the connection between what's right and what's wrong. If they haven't made the vegan connection, they might go back to eating animal products. So I would never, ever recommend anyone go on a watermelon mono island. I would never recommend somebody eat only one fruit for an extended period of time. Absolutely, it is healthy and healing for the body, but the mind is what I'm concerned about, because if you fall off that diet, you will probably blame yourself and you'll destroy your self-esteem. If you do make it to your goal, which is maybe 100 days on watermelon, I mean, that's obviously a lot. You know, maybe you want to do 7 days or 14 days or 30 days. But if you do make it to your goal, afterwards, you will most likely, if you're part of the 99% of the population, you will most likely be so hungry and feel so deprived that you will binge and eat everything and anything. And the other thing is that during that cleanse, you didn't learn how to be a healthy vegan for life. You learned how to be eating watermelon for a certain amount of time, but you didn't learn how to eat a healthy, raw vegan diet, which is so key. If it's not sustainable, you won't be able to stay on it. Sustainable, stay is in there somewhere, right? And so I have a problem with this, and I hope that I know people are doing it because the internet's like exploding with this watermelon stuff. And this guy, Bobby, was awesome and he's very knowledgeable and amazing, but he's part of the 1%. I hope. I don't know him. I hope he's part of the 1%, whereas when he's done with the watermelon cleanse, he'll go back to eating a raw food diet, a fruit-based diet. I think men, like I've said many times before, I think men have an easier time with eating in general. Women, we tend to need more calories and more fat, and we also need to give ourselves more leeway, and we need to not restrict. And we have also all these body image issues and these self-esteem issues that men don't have. They have their own. I understand that. But I have seen so many women just fall off the rails after doing these long-term juice cleanses and these long-term restrictive diets. And for a certain amount of the population, it is so much easier to be on a watermelon diet than to have the freedom of eating any fruit, any vegetable, nut or seed, just eating anything. There's no rules. Having rules, like I said the other day, it can be a really, really good thing. But if you don't learn how to eat healthy without having those rules, you're in for disaster. So I am not recommending that kind of diet or cleanse to anyone. It's extremely healthy for your body, absolutely, but it's not healthy for the mind. It's not healthy for your mind, most likely, unless you're part of the 1%. And you'll know you're part of the 1% if you go on one of these cleanses and afterwards you eat a raw vegan diet. You don't binge on everything and anything. You don't, have an eating disorder where you eat everything and then you throw it up. You don't go back to eating the food that was making you sick. That's the worst thing. I don't want to see anyone do that. So that's why I don't recommend these things, because 99% of people are going to do that. And I hope that makes sense. I'm not criticizing Bobby. I'm just sharing my opinion and what I've seen over the past 12 years being a raw vegan, almost 13. In a few months, it'll be 13 years. That's all. Bye.